Good morning. The assignment that you have today is all about looking at your interests, your abilities, your values in relation to planning your future. So, what is it that would be helpful in figuring out what you would like to do with your future? So, everyone has been provided with a document on your live stream. And I just wanted to make sure that you understand how to access this document. So when you get to the, the streamed document, or you get to your class streaming page, you will see that you have the document there, but you also have directions as to how to open the document for with Kami. Kami is um, the device that we're going to be using to access the document, how to open with Kami, and Google Classroom. And so if you open that up, it will give you directions as to how to open up the document for remote learning. And it gives you step-by-step directions as to how to add it to your app extension, how to add it to Google Classroom, in order to be able to um, add it, mark yourself as a student, and add yourself to my teacher account. Um, so it's very simple. It's very straightforward, and that way it ensures that your assignments go straight to me. And it's really, really simple. And it's a way that you'll be able to make all of your responses in the documents that I send you for the rest of the Planning for the Future unit. And that's essentially what's going on with that. Wanted to make sure everybody understood how to do that. So you just follow the directions as to how to go step by step with logging into Kami. Now, after you have gone through Kami, um, the actual assignment, first off, you're being asked to rate your interests. So you're going to explore what are the specific interests that you're being asked about. So, specifically, you're going to go through and being asked about different areas that you'd be interested in. So, look at just the question in relation to the interest area and the likes. So, I'm being asked for about outside work, working outdoors, working with animals or plants. And I'd be slightly interested in that, so I click the slight interest. When I see the next question where it says mechanics, working with machines, tools, engines, fixing things, that doesn't really excite me as a job prospect, so I'm going to put none. Now, that might be something that you really enjoy, so you might put great or slight depending on how much that interests you. And then you continue on. Now, when you get to the bottom of the page, you're going to look at what are your top three interests. What are the things that are in that great column? So what things ended up in the great column? Now, if you have just three here, perfect. You just put down what were your top three, and you're good. If you have four or more, then you might need to make some decisions as to, okay, of those top four, what would be the top three of those four or more? Okay, what would I like more of those? But you want to kind of narrow it down to your top three and put them at the bottom of the sheet there. Okay, and then you do the same with the abilities. You're going to go through and artistic, drawing, decorating, designing. Do I feel like I have a strong uh, artistic drawing, decorating, designing ability? I would say yes. When I get to clerical abilities, operating business machines, collecting information, record keeping, I'd say that it's average. Computational, working with numbers, average. Language, writing, speaking, I'd say that that's strong. Leadership, leading group activities, getting things started, having people look to you for help, and getting jobs done. I would put that as strong, and then I would continue on. Does that make sense? And then when I get to the bottom, I would list my top strongest abilities. Now notice that there's a whole bunch of open areas where you might include things that weren't on there, but might be things that or talents that you think are um, really useful, but might not have been included in the list. And you can include those there. Lastly, we get to values. Do you want to do varied and creative tasks? Now this could be something where you think about, okay, on a daily basis, do I want my work to be different every day when I come to work? Is that important to me? Is that okay? Not important. You might feel maybe mid-range about that, or that might be super important to you or not important at all. Physical activity. Do I prefer a career that calls for movement, strength, endurance, agility? That's not super important to me, but it might be really important to somebody else. Do I want to be easily recognized, where others know about me and my work? You know, do I need recognition in my job? Service to others. Do I want a job where I can help other people? Think about jobs that you're providing help to other people as you go. So once you've completed that, you then just the term that's in bold, that's what you're going to put as your term in the 1, 2, and 3 spot. And again, it's whatever is in the column for the important. Okay. Now, once you've completed all of that, that's when you come down to the worker profile. So everything that you completed on the first chart, notice that it's the same color as the first chart. That top three, I want you to put in the top, in the three spots that are available for the interest. Everything that you had for the abilities, the 1, 2, and 3 terms, I want you to put in the abilities blanks in the triangles here. And then the 3 openings for values, I want you to put in the values. Now this essentially is going to create your worker profile. All of this comes together to essentially create what it is that will kind of be your triangle, your keystone of what will help you kind of create the framework behind what's essentially going to be your means of figuring out what you're looking for in terms of a potential job or career in the future. So you can use this as a means to measure what type of work you want to do in the future as to whether or not it matches these areas of interest, the abilities, and the values that you hold. Okay, so that is the plan. Once you've completed this entire document, then you can submit this back to me for your assessment. It will be 50 points in total. All right, guys?